In this lesson, we will discuss the purpose and functions of political parties in the United States. A political party is a group of people who have joined together because they share common principles, beliefs, and values with the objective of seeking to control government by winning elections. Members of a party work together to convince the government to adopt laws, regulations, and programs which reflect their party's beliefs. Those beliefs are generally found in a document adopted every 2 to 4 years, known as a party platform. Political parties have a long history, both in the United States and in other countries. The United States has what is known as a two-party system. A two-party system is a political structure in which only two political parties have a genuine chance of winning elections. But this does not mean that only two parties are allowed to exist, as there are numerous other smaller parties, often referred to as third parties. The two-party system developed in Great Britain. In the latter half of the 1600s and through the 1700s, two political parties, the Whigs and the Tories, emerged and established themselves as the dominant parties. This long-standing tradition of two main parties most likely led to the eventual adoption of a similar system in the United States. Initially, the Founding Fathers intended for the American government to avoid partisan politics, and both George Washington and James Madison warned of the deleterious effects of factions in government. But James Madison was wise enough to understand that the development of parties and factions, what we know today as special interests, were inevitable. In Federalist 10, he argued that factions were sown into the nature of man and therefore needed to be controlled with a republican form of government, the separation of powers, and a system of checks and balances. Political parties serve several functions in the governmental process. These include running candidates for political office, serving as a way of branding political candidates so as to make it easier for voters to select candidates who have values and policy positions similar to their own, placing a check on the power and influence of the other party to ensure that no one party has an uncontrolled hold on the government and its institutions, informing the public about important issues and criticizing the points of view of other parties, and lastly, organizing the government at the local, state, and national levels by serving as legislative representatives who are tied to the voters who elected them. In this lesson, we have discussed the foundations of political parties in the United States, described political parties as groups of people who come together seeking to control government by winning elections, and examined the functions of political parties in American government, including running candidates for political office, serving as a way of branding political candidates, placing checks and balances on the power of the opposing party, informing the public about important issues and criticizing the points of view of the opposing party, and organizing government at the local, state, and national levels. Thanks for watching this video, and have a really good day.